tígbẹ́tígbẹ́gbẹ́ Odùduwà ò fọ́tẹ̀ túnṣe nìyẹn kò sóṣì kúrò bẹ́ẹ̀ ọmọ onílẹ̀ fẹ́ ló lẹ́ o. Odùduwà 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 Yorùbá nation ti dé o. Ó ti dé Odùduwà Odùduwà.
Rally was Yoruba Nation. It's not Yoruba Nation Global Directorate. They are totally different from each other. Just a minute, please. Just a minute. Hold on, please. I'm meeting here. Sorry, please. I apologize. So, Yoruba Nation Global, headed by Abayomi Ashayi, pushed together to host the Ibadan rally.
Recording in progress.
The Ilanomo Odua now agreed to marshal the organization to sponsor people coming from the various states and to champion the rally. So when we got to the venue of the Ibadan rally, that was the most challenging and most daunting part of it, because the people were afraid of the police. The police was intimidatingly present. The police from to go and them permit to that. The so freedom of expression that other people. So now to him to introduce himself, and all the leaders. Dr. Akin Adejuwon introduced himself too. So they looked at us, assessed us. We told them, look, we are not going anywhere. We want to hold this rally here. But if you are a bit hesitant, we will do the rally around you here, inside your cordon, for you to be sure that we are not going to be destroyed. At the same time, we have every right to hold our rally. So it's either you cooperate with us, you secure rally nonetheless. Study that.
Mr. Kim,
Mr. Akinola?
Yeah. So I can hear you.
Okay, I was just saying, you know, your reception sometimes fades in and out. So I don't know if there's anything you can do about that, or if you can just quickly repeat what you just said. It sounded as if you said that when you got to Ibadan, the police were waiting for you, and that people were afraid to do the rally because of the police. So from what you just said, you and some other Ilano people now went to speak to the police to say, we're having a rally. And so if you can, am I correct? Hello? Wow.
I'm very much concerned too that whatever it is that we are doing, they support. But at the same time, they have to ensure that the rallies are not hijacked. Mm-hmm. So they now opened up the space for us and allowed us to enter the cordon, and we started our rally. By the time we opened the cordon, we beckoned to everybody. In 1 minute, the whole place was full. People were hanging all over the whole place. And they just joined us, and that was it. The rally, the music, the whatever it is that we were playing, because the police had armored vehicles, they had intimidating presence, so many people, guns all over the whole place. But we were resolute. And at the end of the day, they saw us and they allowed us to have our rally. A number of parties came to play. Quite a great number of groups came from all over Yoruba land. We had the Shekiris who came from the Delta and the Edo states. We had some other groups from Kwara and Kogi, those are the peripheral states. And they came in their colors, they came in their trunks, they came with their songs, and they came with their drums and their cymbals. So Ibadan Rally was particularly fantastic. Then a spectacle in the Ibadan Rally was the appearance of the Obìnrin Oòduà Àgbáyé that came out to pray for the Yoruba nation. They were only white, and you know, ironic and they started the rituals and prayed for the Yoruba nation that no force on earth can stop us. So we had a very successful Ibadan Rally, and people went about the whole place singing and rejoicing all over Ibadan. Long after we left Ibadan, people were still dancing into the night, because that was the opening, you know, to show people that it is possible, because it was actually intimidating, the police presence. So when we showed them that it was possible, people were very encouraged and happy. So that was Ibadan Rally. Abeokuta was a little bit more challenging. Yeah, go on, please.
I just wanted to ask you a question. So what Ibadan did two things. One is it set the stage for the other rallies because it showed it was possible. Yeah. And it also set the stage for the security forces that you were going to have your rally, whatever, but you were going to be cooperative and helpful.
And that we were not going to be intimidated. That was very clear.
Okay. All right. Sorry. The Abeokuta was the next one.
That was requested by a group called Yoruba Niwa Kotu Ojiri. And this group, interestingly, is led by a woman. You know, Iyalode Ikosi. Abi wọ́n kí lórúkọ bẹ́ẹ̀ náà? Iyalode Ikotu ní Abẹ́òkúta.
We've lost sound. Okay.
Don't worry. Is it back?
Yeah, it's back now. You know, the other thing that you might,
Okay.
I don't know if you think it might help, maybe consider just doing audio. Do you think it might help?
Well, we can try it, but I think for the optics, you might want to have, maybe people can turn off their audios so that they'll be able to hear me properly. But for whatever it might be worth, I can turn it off.
Okay.
To try. I'm at Ife. The reception in Ife is not so good. I'm at the university campus now, you know. So the reception is not so good here because we're in the other end of town. But whatever you don't grasp, just let me know so that I can always go over it and make
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Continue, sir.
That group helps with it helps with empowering Yoruba people, it helps with farming and a lot of things, you know, quite interesting. And she provided over for that. And Yoruba, he bring up people from all parts of the and ask the organization of the
You just said Ilana Omodua did something. Ilana Omodua did.
That was funding on
So we're missing some of what you're saying. What did Ilana Omodua do in for the Abeokuta rally?
Okay. Maybe it can help. I don't know the video.
Yes, let's see if that helps, sir.
All right, but I've advised that other people should turn off their videos too, so that you know the bandwidth will be quite high.
Okay.
So
okay, all right, I'll turn
how
off
is
my.
that? Can you?
It seems it's better now. Is
that better?
Yes, it's better, sir. Go
is
ahead.
That better?
What did Ilana do in Abeokuta?
Ilana Omodua provided, number one, the leadership. Number two, the logistics planning. Number three, we paid and sponsored people from states into to Ogun State, Abeokuta State. Am I still clear? Can you hear me clearly?
Yeah, I heard up to Ilana provided leadership, and then the next bit was Ilana provided something, and we missed. It wasn't quite clear what you were saying. Ilana did.
Logistics.
Okay, logistics. Okay.
Planning. And planning.
Okay, we heard. So leadership, logistics, and planning.
We sponsored. Then sponsored all the individuals from the 10 states, the groups that are coming from the various states. All the groups that are coming from the various states, we sponsored them and brought them over to Abeokuta. And we printed a lot of banners and a lot of and stuff like that. So now the Abeokuta rally, the process that hosted provided us with a particular kind of dress code, you know, a particular dire. You know, Abeokuta and Ogun State is very famous for dire. So you would have noticed that on that day, I was wearing white. Then I had this thing tied around my neck. that was the signature at the red that all of us wore or tied or made into all kinds of dresses. And that before we started that rally in front of the Alake of Egba's palace, they had already arrested 11 of us. The police, they were present in their usually intimidating self with all sorts of policemen, all sorts of guns, all sorts of trucks and armored vehicles. And they had already, when we got there, they said some people were flag all over the place and they arrested them. So when we got there and we parked, people were shouting that, they are going to arrest you, they are going to carry you away. Hey, they have arrested 11 people. I said, ṣé àjọ ẹni tó lè àjọ ẹni tó lè mú báyìí? Ṣé àjọ ẹni tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n lè mú báyìí bá ṣe? Wọ́n ní ẹ wò ó, wọ́n ṣe kó àwọn èèyàn lọ ní ẹni ẹ fìyẹn lẹ̀. So I went, changed, and I went to the police directly. The commander. I said, where is your officer in charge? Where is your commanding officer here? And they now pointed out the man to us. They were giggling among themselves, like they would soon pack you away. So I got to one Mr. Edu, who was the police commissioner in charge of Ogun State, I think, or one of the area commanders, but a very high officer. He was in charge of all the intimidating force. When we got there, he was reading something on the bonnet of a car. So we greeted him warmly, and I introduced myself. He didn't bother to look at me. But when he heard my name and saw the way I was dressed, he looked up suddenly. And I told him that I'm in charge of this rally. And we want to hold our rally in front of the Alake of Egba's palace. And we are here within our rights. And we want to hold this rally and we want action. Then he looked at me again and he turned. I just saw his name, Mr. Edo. So I said, Mr. Edo, Omo Yoruba ni. Gbogbo ń ṣe wá ìlú bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́. Ìwé tí wá nílẹ̀ Oòduà ọmọ
Oh, we've lost you. We've lost the sound.
He said, well, you can have your rally, but make sure that
We've lost you. We've lost the sound. I don't know if you can hear me.
he said he will ensure that before the end of the rally, they will all be released. I said, give me your number. So he gave us his number and we proceeded around the rally. Immediately we got that sign on, we just came out and we asked all our people to assemble. In minutes, the whole place was loaded with people. Loaded with people, and we now danced and sang in front of the Alake's palace, going around the roundabout, going around the street, up and down 3 times. Then the police commissioner came to us and started begging us that, please, don't do it only here. Go to other places. Because if you don't go to other places, I don't want to be intimidated. I don't want to just go to other places. We like you. We like what you are doing. So we said, okay, where is the next place? He said, Pansheke. Go to Pansheke. Go to Etoku. Go to Lafenwa. So we now by that time, we were in our thousands. And we danced around the whole of Abeokuta. Just before we got to Lafenwa, it was on legs, so we were not in any vehicle. Just before we got to Lafenwa, we discovered that they had not released those boys. So, and some of our people were getting very restive. They said we should turn back and go and meet them. I said, don't worry, they will release them. They had already promised that they will release them. After some 10, 15 minutes again, they started disturbing, telling me that we should go and free those people. I said, don't worry, I have their words. When we got to Lafenwa, just looking at Lafenwa in front of us, the whole place was so, it was almost a commotion. So I now flagged down one of our vehicles and asked them to take me straight to the police station. By that time, we had already asked some people, some of our officers, to go to Aropo police station to go, because they said they should come and sign, to secure their release. I'd already dispatched those people, 4 of our people. And they were already undergoing that process to free the 11 boys. So I had to take an urgent vehicle to go over there because all the boys had started turning back. And they were heading to the police station in forces. And I didn't want there to be any major mishap. Because I can tell you that Abeokuta people, Egba people, our hosts in Ogun State, boy, they are a handful. And you will now realize that the Yoruba nation is ready to commence, because everybody, some people, they had all sorts of charms on them, all sorts of things, frightening things. Even though me, I know I'm prepared, but seeing them, you will think twice. So when we got by the time we got to the police station, anybody who knows Elewe police station will know that Elewe police station is a handful. It's the largest police station in Ogun State, and Abeokuta is the headquarters. So to go you would be intimidated going to Abeokuta, go to Elewe police station. But by that time, we were the ones that intimidated them. They locked their gates. So I requested for permission that they should open the gate for me, because the boys were getting very restive outside. And we asked them to please, is there any of the boys? They don't release the boys. If they don't release any of these boys, we won't leave here today. We're going to force open yourselves. I said, no, don't let us do that. I'll be singing the national anthem in front of them, had to be calming them down, enter the police station. By that time, they had already released everybody. But the boys refused to leave. They released the 11, and I started identifying from them. So I identify all the boys that arrested. So I convinced that our men have been released. And those boys, they still refused not to appeal to them. Made a mistake and shot the air. Then the boys went wild again. It was another series of calming down that it required before we succeeded in getting them out of the police station. So when we succeeded in getting them out of the police station, they now led on the city rally. So up to late in the night, they were still rallying until around 7, 8, 9, 10, when our boys started leaving for their various destinations. On the way out, when Koiki Media was filming they met a convoy of policemen, and some policemen shot their guns again, shot into the air and whatever. It created another fracas. They started challenging them, why are you shooting? Why are you shooting? Is anything happening? Why did you shoot? So it wanted to get ugly again, but some of our officers intervened and resolved that. I must please totally commend Police Commissioner Edu in Ogun State. He was helpful, and he was a man of his word. I don't have any doubt. I don't have any qualms recommending him as a man of the people. And a proper. So that's that concerning the Abeokuta rally.
Can I ask a question?
Please go ahead.
So that was, what was, apart from the drama with the police, because the pictures we saw from the Abeokuta rally were amazing. So
yeah,
what were some of the good things that you saw there?
Well,
because you're on the ground, you saw it.
Yeah, I think one thing that permitted the Yoruba had been afraid to bring their flags. I started showing Yoruba flags, carrying them in 2014. But in 2017, we made our declaration at Tiba. But a lot of people were still afraid to carry the Yoruba flag, to wear the Yoruba colors, you know, or to sing the national anthem, Ogo Adulawo, still afraid. But in Ibadan, we sang our anthem fearlessly. We sang our anthem fearlessly. I don't know whether to try this thing again. We carried our flag, our love. So that thing too happened in Abeokuta. Abeokuta was particularly very colorful, mainly because it was the second one and we were building on the Ibadan rally. And again, because we were gaily dressed in the specific colors of Adire, which is, you know, the product of Ogun State, Abeokuta specifically. And the organizers were particularly colorful in their dresses. Then we came out with a lot of banners, a lot of fearless banners. We want the public now. Songs were amazing, all kinds of songs. You know, songs like Little Law and all those ones, you know, so many great songs, you know, that came up.
Okay.
Of course, I forgot to mention the speeches. We stopped at the Woods partner for 15 minutes, you know, sang a lot of big songs there, and so on and so forth. At all the roundabouts, we stopped and sang songs.
Okay. So the next one, Oshogbo. The pictures from that one were amazing. So what happened at Oshogbo?
Oshogbo was the show.
We're losing you again. We're losing you again, sir.
Oh, I've gone off.
Yeah.
Is that okay now?
Yeah, start again. Sorry, we missed what you were saying about Oshogbo.
Okay, I said the Oshogbo rally was particularly amazing, and 2 or 3 things stood out. Yes, 2 or 3 things stood out about the Oshogbo rally. Don't forget that Ilanomo Odua had taken over the organization of all these rallies. We are the ones that pioneered rallies for the Yoruba self-determination, and we are the ones that did the Amotekun rally. We are the ones that did the Yoruba Nation 2020 anniversary, the Yoruba Nation, the Kiriji War anniversary. We are the ones that did it. We are the ones that started with the Ibadan rallies before this one, you know. And we had already gotten into our tune, into our drive by the time we got to Oshogbo. But the police too were ready for us. In their hundreds of thousands. I never knew the Nigerian police had that many officers. And the civil defense, you know, the civil defense, the Amotekun people were there to support us. They were there, but Oshogbo was at a standstill because they were afraid. The crowd that people witnessed at Abeokuta was enough warning. So when we got to Oshogbo, nobody dared to come near us. Because we came in motorcades, we came with flags, with horns blaring, we came peacefully, but intimidatingly peaceful. everybody in Oshogbo stood out and were shouting, Yoruba nation now, Yoruba nation now, Ondo Republic now, now, now. And the people were chanting along with us, running along with us. Reports were all over the world, all the world press carried it, you know. And that one, it was like double the Ibadan and Abeokuta rallies in terms of population, in terms of crowd. And that was the first major rally that Sunday Igboho came to participate, because we conducted the Ibadan rally. I don't think Sunday Igboho was at Ibadan. It was not at Ibadan. So, but at Abeokuta, I don't think it was there too. But at Oshogbo, because we were coordinating, you know, his group and ours, but his people were at Abeokuta, but Sunday Igboho was not there. Yomiko Iki was at Ibadan, but Sunday Igboho was not there. But we kept coordinating all this while, because, you know, Sunday Igboho is working with us, and we're all together. But at Oshogbo, when we got there to the rally ground, we danced around the whole of Oshogbo, round everywhere. We took over 3 hours dancing around the city. The city was just at a standstill. Everybody hailing us. People couldn't believe that Yoruba Nation agitators would come out forcefully and be able to maintain the peace. And this one shows us something. It shows us that our people are with us. We dare any politician to come out. Now, we dare any detractor to come out. If you just don't want Yoruba Nation, we dare you to come out. So, and you know, it was around 3 o'clock that Sunday Igboho came, after we had already finished and rounded up the rally. He went to the King's Palace and came to where we were at the rally ground, joined the rally, and made a remarkable contribution, you know. So, as we were ending the rally, the rain started. It was a rain of blessing. You know, the rain started, and rains, we headed towards Ife to go and have our meeting, you know, because we had meetings in Ife, you know, with the Ilanomo Odua Expo. You know, so we headed up to Ife, and by the time we got to Ife, news had already gone around. So it was a massive reception for us. You know, people were very proud of what we had done. But Oshogbo was a turning point in the sense that it has showed that there is no turning back on the demand for Yoruba nation. There is no turning back. I can assure all of you, there is no turning back. Even if I give up today, even if I decide that I'm not doing again today, there is no stopping the Yoruba nation. And I am not going to give up. Ilanomo Odua and all the powerful members of the EXCO are not going to give up. And I'm sure Ilano in the diaspora, worldwide, international, we will not give up. Ilano and all its affiliate groups will not give up. So we are here for the long haul. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm now going to, after Oshogbo, is it Akure?
Yes, Akure.
In Ondo states, by that time, it looked as if you had really hit your stride, because it looks very well organized. Was that the case?
Yeah, I think, well, let me say this before I make my comments, so that you don't think it's because of what I'm going to say. It was the best organized, and it was the largest, and it was the most challenging. It was the most challenging. It was best organized because this was, Oshogbo was hosted by Lawal Babatunde and his group. I can't remember the name of the group now, you know, in coordination with Ilanomo Odua, you know. So we sponsored, as we normally do. We organized the logistics, did some prints and a lot of things, organized and, you know, made sure everybody was together. And I have to commend all these hosts. They hosted along with our state coordinators. So when we got to Ondo, Omoluka, the gentleman that is hosting this radio organization, and it's Yoruba Nation agitators, or there's a particular name, Ajanku. Yes, that was hosted the one in Ondo State, along with our state coordinator, Mr. Adeyemi Adetunji, and his exco. All the Agbekoya, Ajanoku group, and quite a number of groups provided security, and a lot of people provided organizational logistics and all the rest. It was fantastic. We moved around the whole town. But when we got to a particular part of town, we heard again that the police had struck, that they had arrested some of our boys again. So we just abandoned the whole rally and drove in a massive motorcade towards the police in question. And the whole of Akure was a standstill because we were moving at a fast pace around the whole city, and nobody was harmed, nobody was stopped. But we heard that somebody was shot and that they had already arrested some of our boys. So when we got to the police station, I'm sure most of you have seen that video. When we got to the police station, people were very restless at the gate. So we entered, the leadership entered, and I was ahead, at the head of the team, and I requested to see the area commander. When the area commander, he said, I introduced myself, I want to start, I said it was the area commander, one Mr. Oshogbo or so. So he now said that, what's the problem? I said, we heard that they arrested some of our boys and they are kept in your cell, and that you have another cell, apart from this cell that you have here. There's another cell underground there that we would like to see the cell. He said, no, nobody is here, that they didn't arrest anybody, but that they took the gun of one of the policemen, a pistol. So, who took your gun? Boys was shot arm. He was shot in the arm, and the place swelled up. But the bullet did not enter because of who we are. So the bullet did not enter, but because it was at close range, the arm swelled up. So the police apologized and said that if we want to come and see their cells, to convince us, because the crowd was simply intimidating, that to convince us that they don't have any of us in their house, we should come along and investigate. So they took us inside their dungeons, into the cells. Actually, again, I must commend the area commander, because they were whispering to our ears that, look, we are for you, that we have no business disturbing your rallies. I want all of us to note this, that we are for you, that just because of the uniform on our neck that we can't join you, but that we are totally with you in spirit. Let Buhari hear this. His policemen, his soldiers are for us. So we went into the police dungeons cells. We saw two people in one cell, two people in another cell. They have been there for quite some time. They are not. We asked them, are you part of the rally people? They said no. I said, don't worry, you people will soon be free. I appeal to the policemen that please get justice done for these people quickly and release them. So we bade them farewell and left to continue the rally. When we came outside, people asked us, what did you find? We said, nobody, none of us there. So everybody was happy and jubilant, and we continued the rally back to Alagbaka Estate, before we were joined there by Sunday Adiyemo, alias Sunday Igboho Osha, who was on his way from the palace of the Deji of Akure, and joined us, and we had a celebration. So that was Akure. By the way, I'm from Ondo State, from Ondo town. So that was my state, and I'm very proud to say that we represented so well. We are waiting for Olushola and Lagos State now, and that one should be a bomb. So that was Akure. Yeah, that was Akure in Ondo State. That's it.
Okay, so we now move on to the one today. I can see your outfit. How was Ekiti? Ekiti looked like they really came out for you.
Oh, they did. They did. In the beginning, Ekiti went off into a fairly sluggish start, because they were trying to hold on for people to come in. But we told them that, look, come out. It's when you come out that people will rally around you. But we had the meeting with the EXCO because the rumor had been spreading that the governor was against the rally. But the governor is 100% for the rally. Don't forget that in Ondo State, Akeredolu said that we shouldn't bring Yoruba nation agitation to his state. But he was in support. Well, if he's in support, we know he was not against us anyway, because me too, I'm from that state. And all of us showed him who owns the state. We all showed Akeredolu who owns this. That wasn't him. So, because the whole place was shut down, and Akeredolu did not disturb us. I think Akeredolu 100% for us for acting up, or you be able to stand up, say where you are, stand up for you are. Don't sit on the fence. Those who sit on the fence end up being on both sides. So that's why after all the governors came and said that they want to grant in both Midwest and Southern Nigeria. So you know how these things continue to yield fruits for all of us. So concerning the whoever is the chairman of the Nigerian Governors Forum, but Fayemi is for us, no matter what, for us, because he had a meeting with Anomo Odua there. He told that he's not going to stop us. A way of in council, they for us, we went to see them in the palace. But at the beginning, before the rally got into a roaring start, it was trickles. In trickles, people continue to be in trickles. When we got to the rally ground and the speeches began, interviews followed. In fact, I've never had as many interviews in one day in my life. BBC came, CNN, Koiki Media, Heritage, Anomo Odua Media. Everybody was just, everybody came in to interview. So we now moved after the interviews in a motorcade, and it was amazing, to say the least. The streets, everybody trooped out to come and see us. And we went from there to the Oshogbo, and then from there to the palace. The markets were just completely shut down in our favor. Everybody came out, left the West, and kept hailing Yoruba nation now, Yoruba nation now, Yoruba nation now. I'm sure you've heard the song now. So that's the refrain everywhere now. They started hailing us, and we from there, they said the king wanted to see us. Baba Akintoye had already organized with the Ewe of Ado, the paramount ruler of the Ekiti people, Ewe of Ado Ekiti, to see us. And we were received by the Oba in council, and they were very, 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 very elated, very happy, very inspired. And they told us that they are 100% behind us, that that nobody can do anything to us once they are behind us, that they are 100% behind us. And, they showed all their support in so many ways and prayed for us. So we left the palace, continued the rally, late into the evening, before Chief Zonegbo came by 5 p.m. or so, when we were already on our way out, so we couldn't fraternize at that time. So that's how the rallies went, unless the house has some questions to ask us. Here we are. Thank you.
I'm words cannot express how happy, how much, what's the word? how good it makes us feel to see how just even ordinary people. There was a video I saw earlier today of the Kitty, and there was just this man. And he articulated in like 2 minutes what everything was about. And I was saying, I just thought, wow, these rallies are acting like a mobilization, because how is it that a man in the streets can articulate, can say very clearly what it is it's about? He said Nigeria has expired in 2014. He said the only answer is Yoruba nation. He said about 4 things, and it was just amazing just to hear an ordinary member, someone like yourself. You've been steeped in this for over 20 years. So you can reel it out like this, like this, like that. But just an ordinary Yoruba man or an ordinary Yoruba woman. I think we need to thank you for all that you continue to do, and also the risk you take to your security. I know you say, you spoke to the police, you spoke to a commander. Again, that takes courage, that takes the wherewithal and the words, to have the words, to be able to convince them, to persuade them that, look, we're all together, and let us do what we want to do, to the point that they now come and tell you that, we're with you. So I'm going to ask people in the meeting if they have any questions. Please, if you have questions, put your electronic hands up, and we'll take questions for half an hour. Akima Adedayo, please unmute yourself and ask your question.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Good evening to everybody. Okay, we go along atumbo ma fún wa ṣe. Question mi àkọ́kọ́ ni nípa other rallies tí mo fi poku. Nígbà wo ni a fẹ́ organize rally ti Kwara State and the rally Lagos State? There be question tí mo fẹ́ kọ́kọ́ béèrè for now.
Mr. Akinola, did you hear that? Reception's gone. I think we've lost his reception.
Okay.
Yeah, he needs to, maybe I'm going to message him and ask him to put himself on just audio.
Okay.
Because
tígbẹ́tígbẹ́gbẹ́ Odùduwà ò fọ́tẹ̀ tún ṣe nìyẹn kò sóṣì kúrò bẹ́ẹ̀ ọmọ onílẹ̀ fẹ́ ló lẹ́ Odùduwà 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 Yorùbá nation ti dé ó ti dé Odùduwà 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 òmìnira fún tẹrú tọmọ Odùduwà 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 ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ gbé lárugẹ obìnrin gbé kọ́kùnrin jẹun onílé gbé ká àlejò ọmọdé gbé ká gbàlagbà gbé ìtura bá lè dé bá wa o òmìnira tó ń bọ̀ lọ́nà yìí ó máa ṣojú ẹ̀mí ìmọ̀ gbogbo Yorùbá lápapọ̀ ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ gbé lárugẹ láti London ní Amẹ́ríkà Canada títí dé Germany ọlọ́wọ́ ni wọ́n gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá o kẹsàn wọ́n bọ̀ ká gbé lárugẹ Odùduwà Odùduwà Yorùbá nation ti dé o òmìnira fún tẹrú tọmọ Odùduwà.